everybody, Spencer here from Geek of Spades, and today I want to talk to you about spaceships. More specifically, I want to talk to you about Firestorm Armada 2nd Edition, because it's awesome. Now, way back in the day on my personal YouTube channel, I did a little review of Firestorm Armada 1st Edition, and trust me, that video is not worth watching, even by my standards. It's pretty damn bad. Now, this game was far from perfect. It was flawed. There were a lot of things that were actually wrong with it, but the core rules were really good, and they were really solid, and it was a fun game. Still, like I said, it had its flaws, and some of them were pretty glaring. Now, Spartan Games tried to rectify a lot of those flaws in version 1.5, which is the version that's been out for a while, and it's the one you saw me and Jeremy play our bat rep in. But they didn't fix everything, and there were still some very annoying issues with the game. Thankfully then, the 2nd edition fixes pretty much everything. So yeah, this is the 2nd edition of Firestorm Armada, the long-rumored and finally actually existing game. And it's good. It keeps the core mechanics of the game and just improves from there. All the fiddly little bullcrap that didn't work is gone. Everything they've added just makes the game stronger. This is how you do a 2nd edition of a game. You actually take what works, make it better, take what doesn't work, get rid of it, and fix it. Now, one of the biggest differences between the two games is the book. This is an old soft cover book, and actually I prefer soft cover books to hardcover for my gaming stuff, but this one's really nice. Much like its original version, everything in this book is in glorious full color, and there's tons of diagrams showing off how things work, which is really, really handy because frankly, there's a lot that's going on. So as I said, the core mechanics essentially stayed the same. You have an attack die pool, you roll it, 4, 5s, and 6 counts as hits, 6s count as 2 hits, and you get to roll an additional die, and you try and beat their damage or critical rating, and if you do so, you either inflict a point of damage or you get to roll on the critical chart. What this adds to it, though, is so much more. The main thing that they really needed to fix for this game was how small fighters worked. So stuff like fighters, interceptors, bombers, and assault ships, they were god-awful in the old rules because it was just a complete mess. In this, they're awesome. It's streamlined and it makes sense and everything is intuitive and slick and they actually are worth taking. One of my favorite things they did with the rules for this is they added in pinpoint targeting. So now you can target specific parts of enemy ships to get specific effects. So you can shoot their engines and there's a chance that you'll blow their engines out and they can't move. Or you can attack their weapon control and hope that it knocks out their main weapons. Or you can shoot at their bridge and hope that it causes catastrophic damage to their ship. Everything about it is just really, really cool, but it's still the same basic mechanics. And the basic mechanics are what work. Now I know there's a lot of people out there who go, oh, it's not as deep as Battlefleet Gothic was or as deep as Full Thrust is. But it doesn't aim to be. It's not trying to be Battlefleet Gothic or Full Thrust. It's trying to be its own damn game, and it does so brilliantly. So please stop trying to compare it to those, because it's not those. Now probably one of the most interesting new additions to the game is the battle log, which is this little guy here. You probably saw this in Jeremy's unboxing video. And like he said, this is basically how you keep track of the score of the game. As you destroy enemy ships, you gain points. As you lose ships, you lose points. So it's a constantly fluctuating thing. And I actually really, really like that. It adds a new layer to the game. The other big thing they added to the game is customizing your ships. Basically, ships now have a sort of default profile per race, and you get to buy upgrades for them. So you can make your ships unique in how you want them to react and how you want them to fight. So you can make cruisers that are dedicated torpedo boats almost, or you can make your battleship a complete just giant thing of turrets and nuclear missiles if you're playing Terrans because you like to play easy mode. Now, I have been heaping all sorts of praise on this because it is a good game. I really do like it. But is it perfect? No. As I've said time and time again, there's no such thing as the perfect game. Everything has its flaws. The major flaw with Firestorm Armada is that, yeah, the rules are a little simplistic. There's not a lot of depth to them, and some people really want that. And there's some people who really want their insanely in-depth game where you have to keep track of vectoring and thrust and direction and all this crap. And for that, you go and play something like Full Thrust. If you want a good quick, easy to play, but insanely fun sort of beer and pretzels game where you just get to open up broadsides and blow each other to hell in outer space, this is the game to do it in. The other kind of knock against this is that there are a lot of different special rules to remember. They introduced new weapon types, so instead of just having a primary weapon, you now have primary beam weapons and primary kinetic weapons and so on and so forth. Which is cool. It's great that they're mixing it up and it actually gives each race a bit of flavor. But the biggest problem with it is that it's just more stuff to remember. There's a lot of stuff. There's so many model assigned rules that it can get a little daunting trying to remember what all of them do. And that is a bit of a knock. And it's the same knock I have with Infinity. There's just too much crap to keep track of. But still, those two minor quibbles aside, this is still an excellent game if you want a quick, easy to learn spaceship combat game. In the end, I cannot recommend this game enough to somebody who wants spaceship combat. It's not as tactically deep as some people might like, but it's a fun game. And honestly, that's the most important part, that it's fun. So yeah, Firestorm Armada 2nd Edition gets a big recommendation from me. I highly suggest just even picking up the rulebook. You can get it for cheap because Spartan doesn't jack prices up and charge you $80 for a rulebook. So go on out, pick this thing up, give it a look through. It's a good game. And, you know, maybe buy the 2-player starter set because you get this in it. So everybody, thanks for watching. Be sure to keep it here at Geek of Spades for more videos from Firestorm Armada, including battle reports. If you didn't get a chance to, you can check out Jeremy's unboxing right here. Also, don't forget, you can follow the links below to check us out on Facebook and Twitter. And don't forget to leave comments letting us know how we're doing. And I will see you guys next time.